So I waited until the last minute to get my passport renewed. I just picked it up from the office. Years of this man on my passport book. This is the last page. They really did this. They really did this. They really did this. I promise you, this is the last time I wait until the last minute to do anything.
J.D. Vance just said in an interview that he thinks you are going to be the leading Democratic candidate for president.
She's not the only one. I've seen a lot of these people putting out these kind of videos, melting down about Trump's face appearing on the passport. Some says up to 10 years. Like, what is this? That is not even our focus on this video. There is an infighting in the Democrat Party that is happening. I don't know if you've seen this. The other day, I saw a lot of videos about AIC and cackling the view, melting down about it. I don't know. Take a look at this.
J.D. Vance just said in an interview that he thinks you are going to be the leading Democratic candidate for president in 2028. What's your response to that?
I mean,
That's crazy. That's crazy. Why are you cheesing like that? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. You might as well say, yeah, I am. That's crazy, AOC. That is wild. That's all but a confirmation. That's more than a confirmation. I'd trust her word less if she said yes rather than smile like this.
you know, I hope he is. That's what I'll say.
But he's a Republican nominee?
Damn! She walked away too.
AOC is without question someone who is considering what to do with her political future. As I have said, I think she would be crazy not to run for president, given what we know about where the party is. We've seen Democratic Socialist candidates knock off 2 incumbents last week in New York. This week, we saw it happen in Denver, Colorado. That's where the energy of the party is. But I guarantee you that AOC chose carefully here. She is not someone who just flies off the handle and just makes decisions. She is strategic and calculating. I mean that as a compliment. She clearly decided this was where she wanted to lay her marker. She has the personal connection to Abdul Sayed. It's a swing state, and I think it will say a lot about the viability of someone with a profile like Abdul Sayed, whose profile is a lot like AOC's, to be able to win in a swing state.
If you take a look at this whole thing, you realize these people are confused on who to actually take on as their running mate. Some says Kamala Harris, some say AIC, some say SPED, and so on. Even Gavin Newsom names is featuring. If you take a look at what these people are doing here, they are clearly sending a signal about AIC. Yeah, for days now, we are hearing Democrat Socialist. This is what is trending on social media for almost a month. Now, Democrats are sending warning to their party about her because they are panicking like she might really succeed to beat some of these people.
Year that I like AOC as a candidate in 2028, and clearly she sees herself as a candidate in 2028. Like I saw you at that black church in Georgia, girl. I also saw you a couple months ago at that conference in Munich. I see what you're doing. I like that. But of course, now that she is like exploring running, this conversation about electability is coming up, and I just want to stop that in its tracks because this conversation is always inherently and sexist. Because when you ask if someone is electable, what you are actually asking is, will white people vote for this person? So it inherently centers whiteness as the default and says, well, we have to shift to what white people want, and if they don't want it, then we can't do it. And that's a nonsensical argument. And I also hate the electability argument because what it does is reduce candidates down to their lowest sum, just their identities. It doesn't allow black folks and women and people who sit at multiple intersections to have any texture as candidates. It just says, brown woman, black woman, no, yes, and it doesn't actually let their policies resonate at all. And assuming that black folks and women and brown folks and other people of marginalized identities can't win because of those identities, what it does is it assumes that whiteness and maleness as a default. It assumes that that identity isn't actually resonant and that it doesn't actually signal anything, when that's actually not true at all. I think that folks only get to the assumption that women aren't electable as president if they look at the results of the 2016 and 2024 election and say, well, Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris lost because they were women, and particularly for Kamala Harris because she was a black woman. And I think that's just such a simplistic takeaway from both of those elections. And when you only assume that Kamala and Hillary lost because they were women, what you ultimately actually do is harm women in the long run, particularly black and brown women, because you say to them, well, you can't actually win because of your identity, so I don't know, we're not going to actually give you the resources, right? It's a self-fulfilling cycle. I also don't buy the argument that she needs to go and be in the Senate before she runs for president. Like, I think a fundamental problem in American politics is that people are tired of establishment politicians. They want people who are young and dynamic and have new and fresh ideas. And so, like, I don't know, man, like we're living under fascism. Try some new shit. Yeah, maybe in the past, senators and governors have been we gotta try something new. And if it's a young brown woman, which should be 36, 37 when 2028 rolls around, if that's our best chance, then let's go after it. I like it. I don't know. I like her. I know I like AOC. I'm sorry.
Take a look at this. Watch as The View get into shouting match over Democrat electing white men for president. Anna says The View has the power to influence people to run or not. This is what they actually put out there. I watched the whole interview. If you take a look at the kind of arguments that these people are bringing in, all the cast on The View, they have different opinions. They have different candidates that they actually want to be the Democrat nominee. Looking at AIC, why are these people panicking? AIC to me is currently a front runner in Democrat Party. That is a simple truth. It's like these people want socialists. This is why they are popping up AIC for over a long time now. Look at what Mamdani recently did in those candidates, and we saw the end result of that. That should tell you something.
They're all great.
Joy, I'm saying
Joy,
that these people... I hate it when I hear you say that it's got to be like a white man, because I then feel that it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I don't want...
I'm not that powerful, Anna.
No, yeah, but you've got millions of people watch us on a daily basis, and you are a feminist. You have fought to break glass ceilings.
She's also a realist.
I know, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to tell little black children or little Latino children or little girls that they can't run and become president one day.
And by the way, in all likelihood, what about Pete Buttigieg, Wes Moore? There are some people that are just like...
Wes Moore is good.
Wes Moore is phenomenal. And this is one of the things I love about him.
We all love Buttigieg. Are they going to vote for a gay guy?
I'm not going to break the party down based on they won't vote for gay white women. I think the identity reduces the charisma of the character, the person in front of us.
You're not in reality.
No,
I
don't think guess what? Reality. Guess what?
You reduce.
I wish that's what we did.
I wish
people were sitting around when President Obama won and said, "We're so ready for a black president." No, he blew it out of the park, and everyone was like, "And there we go."
Yeah, and
if
you know what?
You show them what they're ready for.
You can see the infighting happening in the Democrat Party. They have their candidates. Sonny Austin is in support of someone different. Anna, a different person. You can clearly see what is happening. Looking at all the candidates in the Democrat Party, I see a lot of people saying, oh, Kamala Harris can win. Oh, this can win. I just like this to continue so Republicans can study and know exactly what these people are doing. I want to appreciate people supporting, sharing out the videos. They don't recommend clips on this channel, so I'm begging on you, please hit the videos.